CHIRPAC is also working to reduce the number of false alarms that are a problem both in Seattle and in similar systems around the country.
And so that's one of the reasons why our group and other groups around the country have been trying to develop more specific and more accurate algorithms to identify these patients to try to decrease the false alarm rate.
Of course, going hand in hand with detecting sepsis is finding better ways to treat the illness once it's found. As we reported yesterday, Dr. Carl Baum in Seattle is trying out an experimental treatment for sepsis.
But I think early discovery probably will impact mortality more.
Hospitals would welcome any improvement, since sepsis is the single most expensive condition they treat. With
another gold medal. The team's 3-2 win broke a long Olympic winning streak for Canada and avenged a loss at the Sochi Games 4 years ago. NPR's Alicia reports on this matchup of the world's best, one that ended in a thriller.
These two teams were so evenly matched throughout the game that regulation time ended in a 2-2 tie. A 20-minute overtime didn't resolve things either. The U.S. and Canada then found themselves in a tense shootout. American Anna Muzzy was there with her Canadian husband.
I mean, both teams were fabulous. To get through a 20-minute overtime and play at that level all the way through, and that shootout was amazing.
Amazing and anxiety-inducing.
Hold on, missing dead on.
American coach Rob Stockman.
It's a little bit longer than, I suppose the families would like. They're probably up there nervous for that.
Especially by the sudden death shootout, which ended in a dramatic goal by forward Jocelyn Lamoureux-Davidson. A final save by the U.S. goalie Maddie Rooney clinched the win. For winning forward Hannah Brandt.
We've been working on this really hard for this, and it feels pretty good to be.
Skies tomorrow, a good chance of rain in the morning. We'll have highs from the mid-40s to around 50 degrees. It's 5:30.
It's All Things Considered from NPR News. I'm Mary Louise Kelly.
And I'm Ari Shapiro. Coming up, President Trump says he's tougher on Russia than President Obama was.
We'll fact-check that claim with a former ambassador to Moscow.
I actually see more continuity between President Obama's policy on Russia and Trump's policy on Russia than most other people do.
Now, these headlines.
Live from NPR News in Culver City, California, I'm Dwayne Brown. In South Florida, hundreds of people, including students and teachers from Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, gathered today. The funeral of football coach Aaron Fleiss. NPR's Greg Allen says he was reportedly shielding the health system. Like President Trump, LaPierre says the NRA supports arming teachers and other school employees to discourage would-be shooters.
Schools must be the most hardened targets in this country. And evil must be confronted immediately with all necessary force to protect our kids.
President Trump defended leaders of the NRA today, calling them American patriots and saying the group do the right thing in response to last week's school shooting. Stocks finished mixed on Wall Street as industrial and energy shares rose. The Dow gained 164 points. This is NPR News.
With Michigan Radio News, I'm Christina Shockley. 44 states, including Michigan, have settled their lawsuit against Takata for $650 million over its faulty and deadly airbags. But they won't be collecting the money. Michigan Radio's Tracy Samilton explains.
Takata is going bankrupt because of the airbag crisis. The Japanese parts supplier had to pay $1 billion fine to the U.S. government